Members of Parliament spent the day debating the budget bill. Tomorrow, a marathon voting session is expected to begin on 800 proposed amendments. The opposition is in an uproar over the size of the bill. And for some of their supporters off the Hill, it's the final straw, the catalyst to start organizing for the next election, to unite the left. The CBC's Laurie reports.
Peterborough is known for its hydraulic lift lock and for being a bellwether riding, backing the political party that wins the federal election. Conservative MP Dean Mastro has represented the riding since 2006.
Yeah, I think he's doing a fine job. Yeah, he seems to be working hard and doing lots of good things for the area.
But not everyone here feels that way.
It's really important that we be so inclusive that citizens...
Behind closed doors, this small group is organizing to unite the opposition parties in Peterborough and run one candidate in the next federal election.
The goal would be just that candidate and the Conservative candidate, two people to select on the ballot.
It's early in the game, but they've got players from each team at the table, former candidates from the NDP.
So would this be a marriage of convenience and then go back to our party structure?
The Green Party.
You know, there's a lot of people who will not vote Liberal, but would vote Green or NDP.
The Liberals.
Since the NDP finished second in the last election, it makes sense that if there is a banner that a candidate would run under, that it be the NDP banner.
Even a former Conservative, Mark Greco.
Did you ever imagine yourself sitting in a room like this?
Not in a million years.
Greco helped get Dean Mastro elected 3 times, but now he wants to help defeat him.
This is not what I voted for. I voted for smaller government, better fiscal control, less intrusiveness in people's lives, and instead I'm seeing, at best, management-style fiscal policy and more intrusion in individual lives.
Mastro won by a wide margin in the last election, and despite being investigated by Elections Canada, many people here still strongly support him.
This investigation by Elections Canada, does it concern you?
Sure it does. Sure it does. But I think when somebody's doing a really good job, there's always something negative that's going to come out about them. But he'll rise above it.
It's not just here. There are quiet conversations happening in other Conservative ridings across Ontario.
Meetings have been held in more than half a dozen ridings so far, where people from different political parties are talking about cooperating in 2015. In Kitchener-Waterloo, it's as grassroots as it gets.
Run one unity candidate against the Conservative. And if that... Are you interested in signing our petition?
Not today, thanks.
We're not asking them to give up their right to vote for their party of choice forever. We're asking them to vote for a unity candidate one time with the goal of electing a government that better represents all of us.
Remember this? The Progressive Conservatives and the Reform Party merged to stop vote splitting on the right after a decade of Liberal victories. But that had the support of the national parties. This move to unite the left is in its infancy. Tim Etherington, who called the initial meeting in Peterborough, says you have to start somewhere.
I didn't begin with this idea of we have to start a movement. It was what happens if we start having a conversation.
His hope is that the conversation will gain momentum, one riding at a time. Laurie, CBC News, Peterborough and